Hi, this is Terry Banker. I'm minister at New Hope Christian Church in Lander, Wyoming. We want to support the kids of this area academically, athletically, and spiritually. Our address is 630 Mount Hope Drive. Come to Sunday school at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:45.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunner's Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunner's Automotive, 856-2288.
Well, good afternoon, sports fans. Ernie Over along with Travis Gupton from Bill Bush Memorial Stadium here in Lander this afternoon. It is a beautiful day for the 0-week football game between the Lander Valley Tigers and the Pinedale Wranglers. This is going to be a scrimmage, and we'll explain what that means here after a minute. 80 degrees the temperature right now. We have a little bit of wind, probably blowing at 10 to 12 miles per hour out of the southwest. So it's just a nice cooling atmosphere. Fans are starting to show up here at the stadium, and we're looking for a great game. Welcome to the Hampton Inn pregame show here on Lander Valley Tiger football. And now let's turn it over to Travis Gupton for some comment this morning, this afternoon. Good afternoon, Travis.
Yeah, we're getting used to getting all of our pregame jitters out week 0. We've had a lot of fun getting prepared for this week. It's been on my calendar since I got here back in December. To be able to be here and be able to call this game with you, it's an absolute honor. And these kids have been working really hard. I've been to a couple practices for Lander, and these guys have worked really hard. And it all comes to a culmination in this week 0 game against a Pinedale team who needs to figure out where their offense and defense lies, because last year they've really struggled.
Yeah, last year the Pinedale Wranglers went winless in 8 games, and head coach Clayton Kundle, now in his 4th year with the Wranglers, has an overall record of 3 wins and 21 losses. And in this scrimmage game last year, Lander pretty much put the hurt on Pinedale, and it's a different format for the scrimmage this year. But coming into tonight's game, the Lander Tigers last year were 4-5. They lost in the quarterfinals of the state championship. And in the head coach rank, John Scott, now entering his 5th year and as the helm of the Tigers, has an overall record of 21-15. Now next week, these Pinedale Wranglers will be playing at Rollins, and Lander will be at Green River. You know, we're looking at this schedule, Travis, and Pinedale is a Class 2A team. They're a step down from Lander. Lander's Class 3A. Pinedale's population is 2,173, and they have 318 students in their high school. Lander's population, 7,533, and they have 527 students in the high school. So Lander, obviously, the bigger school. But when it comes to conditioning, Pinedale is up at 7,182 feet. And Lander is just over a mile high, 5,358 feet. So it's the Lander Valley Tigers, and they are wearing their white tops, their white jerseys with green numbers and trim, and black pants with yellow, no, not yellow, that's green trim.
Green, yeah.
And the Pinedale Wranglers, they're in their practice uniforms, so you're going to have to bear with us this afternoon. We have got, a couple of players identified. They're in their practice uniforms, not their regular ones. They have green tops with green pants with white stripes white and black stripes down the side. Now, Pinedale's colors are green and orange, but we don't see any orange out there today, Travis.
Yeah, no, it's the practice uniforms. They look good. It's really good. I'm glad they're wearing the green tops instead of the white tops because that would have been really hard for us to identify anybody. But this should be an interesting game. You know, like I said, the Lander team has been practicing since way before fall camp. They went to a lot of camps. They did a lot of things. We talked to Coach John Scott. He said that this team has been working for this day for months, and it's going to be an interesting thing to see how they come out and play today.
Well, we'll be right back with an explanation of what this varsity scrimmage is going to look like after we listen to these.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help in Lander and Riverton.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Well, it's nice to see that we do have a smattering of fans that have driven over the hill today from the west side of the Wind River Mountains to the east side of the Wind River Mountains. A couple of dozen folks over there following their Pinedale Wranglers, and the Lander folks starting to come and fill up this new football stadium. This is in its second year, Travis. We've got a brand new football field out there, the turf field, new bleachers on both sides, remodeled press boxes, and brand new track around the facility. This is one of the nicer facilities in Wyoming.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to call Lander soccer, the second sport that I got to call since I've been here. So I've had a good chance to see some really fun action on this field, and you're right, it's absolutely gorgeous. If you can't see on the camera, or right across from us is the mountains, and it's just an absolute gorgeous sight. This field is perfectly placed.
Yeah, we're right on the foothills of the Wind River Range here in Lander. Sinks Canyon State Park, where the Paposia River slips into a cavern and disappears for a quarter mile, and before it bubbles up again, and a big trout-filled pool is only 8 miles from here. And of course, the football field here is right on the northwest edge of Lander. We're surrounded on 3 sides by agricultural fields, hay fields, and some other crops, and then the city subdivision over here to our left. And today we're situated out here on the bleachers. It's really a nice day to have that nice sunshine in our face, and thank goodness for the breeze, huh?
Oh, absolutely. The breeze is going to be absolutely welcoming all day long. It's been warm here. Well, it's been warm in Riverton most of the week. It's been warm in Lander the most of the week. We had a nice rain coming through on, I believe it was Wednesday night. Lander got some as well, and then so that really helps the field, makes it even better to play on.
Well, this is a scrimmage, as we indicated earlier, and the kicking format, the kickoffs and the kickoff returns will be controlled. That means punting will be part of the normal game, but in the scrimmage, the returns will be blown dead as soon as the ball is fielded. We don't want anyone to get injured in these 0-week games, so they will kick the ball and punt the ball, but as soon as it's fielded, that's the end of the play. There's no running down the field. In quarters number 1 and 2, it will be a full field scrimmage. The ball will be put in play at the 20-yard line after the first kickoff, and the team will remain possession of the ball, who's on offense, until scoring a touchdown or field goal or punting on a fourth down. After a punt, the opposing offense takes over at the point of securing the punt. Punts and field goal attempts will be part of the scrimmage, and will have normal clock operation. Then we'll have a 10-minute halftime, and in quarter 3, we'll have a 12-minute running clock that stops only on change of possession. After kickoff and return, the ball is put in possession at the opponent's 40-yard line instead of the 20. The offense remains in possession until scoring, punting, or attempting a field goal, and the opponent takes over at the change of possession at the 40-yard line. Now in the fourth quarter, here's something really interesting, Travis. In the fourth quarter, there will be a 12-minute running clock, and it stops on change of possession. The ball will be put in play at the opponent's 20-yard line, and field goal attempts now become part of this scrimmage. After a score, a touchdown or a field goal, the ball goes back to the 20-yard line and the other team takes over. There will be no kickoffs or kickoff returns. So it's an interesting format here for this varsity football scrimmage between the Lander Valley Tigers and the Pinedale Wranglers.
Yeah, Ernie, one of the things that we talked to Coach John Scott about is what was the expectations and the goals in this kind of a scrimmage game. And he said basically to find out what we have. You know, this is going to be a game where you get a little bit of everything. You get special teams, defensive plays, goal line stances, all sorts of things happening in this game, all under control. And it's going to be really good for Coach John Scott, the Lander, almost said the Lander Lobos, the Lander Tigers, to get a hold of what they have going on here and see where they stand before they go into week 1 against Green River.
Well, we're going to be back and talk about some of the personnel right after we take this timeout on WyoToday.com.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Back again at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium in Lander. What a beautiful afternoon it is here in Lander. Temperature's 80 degrees. There's a little bit of a breeze blowing out of the southwest, and it is just a gorgeous afternoon. The field, of course, is in perfect condition because it's a turf field. And I did notice, and I was talking with Athletic Director Cyril Stauffenberg before the game, they did have a sweeper, one of those automatic sweepers come out, and they swept the whole field, which is probably a good idea because, you know, over the summer all sorts of stuff blows on the field. You get dirt in there, and they did a nice job. They didn't want to get rid of all the rubber pellets in the field, but it was a nice gentle sweep, and we are just about getting ready to go. We were talking about personnel. And this is going to be a little interesting for us to make the call because we just got the Pinedale roster last night.
Yes.
And their practice numbers do not correspond exactly with what we have. So we're going to try our darndest to let you know who's got the football and where. and that sort of thing. But Pinedale's got a young team. As I mentioned, they were winless last year. They only won 3 games in their first 2 years under their coach David Thrash. And it is going to be really interesting to see how they perform today. And one of the C team players, there's another game right after this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be the sub-varsity team that will play. And one of the Pinedale sub-varsity players just came out of the crow's nest. He was helping the team up there with the video. So we are about 6 minutes and 40 seconds away from the kickoff. I want to mention that the quarterback today is going to be Luke Gray for the Pinedale Wranglers, and we have a running back of Ethan Jensen. The wide receivers are Holden Saxton, Bodie Jensen, and Sawyer Seifkes. Then on the line we have Doug Drexler, Carson DeLue, Cash McCann, Cade Koval, Dodge Normington, and the tight end is Colby Bailey. And so we'll see the first string, and we don't have indications of whether these guys are freshmen, sophomores, juniors, or seniors. But for the Lander Tigers, we do know who they are going to have, and they're bringing back a few folks. They lost some folks last year. The quarterback this year is going to be Brennan Stauffenberg. He's going to be wearing jersey number 10. He's a senior in the backfield. Jack Pasquinelli is a senior. He'll be wearing number 5. Evan Stephenson is on the field at number 2. He's also a senior. Then we have a junior, Hunter Velarde. He's going to be a running back for the Tigers, and joining Gabe Harris in the backfield for Lander, along with Matisse Weaver. And we have a fullback, Rope Glick. He didn't see that much action last year, but I think he's going to see some more action this year. And we're going to take another break and be back with the start of this scrimmage between Lander Valley Tigers and the Pinedale Wranglers.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Welcome back, everyone, to Bill Bush Stadium here in Lander. Pinedale has won the coin toss, and they have deferred. They are going to defend the south goal, and it looks like the instructions are being given to the players by the officials. There are several officials out there around that midfield part of the field, and there's a lot of captains, Ernie.
Yeah, they are. Well, they got the starting lineups out there. And Coach John Scott just walking right by us here. He's going to be looking at this game from the Crow's Nest right directly behind us and calling plays from up there. So the players are out on the field now shaking hands and coming back to their respective sidelines. We did a quick count of players, Travis, and it looks to be like about 40 players for Pinedale and maybe 42 or 3 for Lander. So an equal number of kids coming out for the sport in both towns.
And when we talked about it a little bit, they're going to sing the national anthem, Ernie. So let's take a commercial break and we'll be right back.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Frazier, Dr. Hinkle, Dr. Ballard, and Dr. Davis offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
Okay, back again at Bill Bush Stadium. Ernie Over and Travis Gupton with you here on a beautiful Friday afternoon, the first Friday afternoon of high school football in the state of Wyoming. Today, the 0-week scrimmage is here in Lander, and for the next 2 weeks, the Tigers are going to be on the road at Green River down in the southwest and up at Powell in the north central. So we'll go clear across the state of Wyoming to have these next 2 games. Lander will receive, and Pinedale is going to kick off after they won the toss, and we'll see if we can keep track of who the ball players are. It looks like we've got a number 54. Let me see if I can find him. We've got all these numbers are all different on all these 3 pages, and I don't see a 54 here. Is that a 54?
Who are we looking at? Sorry.
The kicker.
I see a 14.
It's 14. It's 14. Okay, so we do have a 14 on the roster. And let me find him. He's here somewhere. There is the kickoff. It goes from the 40-yard line, and it's going to be fielded at the 18-yard line. And that's where the play will be called dead. And still looking for 14 here on this roster. You know, he has them listed by starters by class. So we have freshmen, juniors, sophomores, and seniors, and they're not all in numerical order. Oh, here it is, Edwin Vega. Edwin Vega did that cook-off for the Lander Tigers, or the Pinedale Wranglers. So now at the 20-yard line, Lander takes over 1st and 10, and this is our first chance to see what the Tigers are going to have. Brennan Stauffenberg has got 2 players out to the left and 1 out to the right. Under center, Handoff's going to go straight up the middle, and we've got a really nice carry underway across the 30, 35 to about the 37-yard line, and that is Jack Pasquinelli, who was the ball carrier for the Tigers.
Nice run by him, and very nicely done on the first play of the scrimmage.
Yeah, 17-yard gain for Lander on the first play by Pasquinelli. Football on the near side, hash mark. One man in the slot, receivers on each end, one man in the backfield. There's the pitch, goes to Pasquinelli again, and he cuts to the left side across the 40, up to the 45-yard line. It's going to be a nice gainer of about 7 or 8 yards on the play. Coming in and making the stop there, we have one of the defensive players for the Pinedale Wranglers, number 61. And I don't see a number 61 here. I'm sure I'll find it here eventually. You know, the first game of the year is always fun.
Yeah?
Especially when they're in their practice uniform. And we do have a flag on that last play, and it was a hold against Lander. That's another reason why Pasquinelli got that good run on the play. There was holding. So we've got our first penalty of the game, and it's going to go against Lander. It's a 10-yard penalty, brings it back down to the 34-yard line, hash mark far side of the field.
And that will negate the nice run by Pasquinelli. Obviously, Lander is wanting to get the run game going early.
Under center is Stauffenberg. Twins on each side. Now one man in motion. There's the handoff. Comes on the near side. A lot of yardage across the 50-yard line into Pinedale territory and down to the 47-yard line. And carrying is Gabe Harris. Nice run by Harris. He got a lot of good blocking from up front, Travis, and they opened up the hole for him on the right, and he scampered all the way down to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, we talked to Coach John Scott, and he said that his offensive line is a young offensive line, and he wanted to keep things simple in this game. And obviously you can see the blocking was really well done. Gabe Harris with a nice run.
18 yards on the carry by Harris. We're in the first period, no score, 10:35 to go. Stauffenberg brings him up under center. Last year he did a lot of work out of the shotgun, but they had a better passing team last year. A lot of graduates, one man in motion now. There's the fake, the handoff to Pasquinelli. He's got a little bit of running room. He's down at the 30, it's a 25 before he's finally called it up and brought down. Nice defense by Colby Bailey of Pinedale, who finally dragged him down. But it's a gain all the way to the, let's see, where's the 25-yard line?
Yeah, Pasquinelli getting a lot of good blocking from his offensive line, and he is a strong individual. A lot of yards after contact by Pasquinelli.
Tigers come back up to the line of scrimmage. 4-man defensive front for Pinedale. They look like they've got a 4-4 defensive front going. Twins again out, back to pass, first pass, downfield, caught, touchdown to Gabe Harris for the Lander Tigers. And that goes a total of 25 yards to Harris for the TD. So that's a 6-play drive, goes 80 yards. And the Tigers take the lead with that Harris touchdown. And now they're going to try the extra point kick. And the Matisse Weaver is in for the kick. And holding is Stauffenberg. And this comes at the 10:05 mark of the first period. The kick is up, it's high enough, and it is good. And so the Tigers on that 5-play, 80-yard drive go out on top, and we'll be right back.
Wind River Family and Community Healthcare has clinics located in Arapahoe, Ethity, and Riverton. We provide family medical services along with dental, optometry, behavioral health, physical and occupational therapy, and more. Our in-house lab and pharmacy at all locations make for a one-stop primary healthcare center for your healthcare needs. Wind River Family and Community Healthcare is striving for a stronger, healthier community because Wind River cares. More information can be found at windrivercares.com.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do. Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Okay, here we go. The kickoff by the Lander Tigers. Matisse Weaver has it teed up at the 40, kicking with the wind, high, end over end. This one is going to go into the end zone, and it'll come back out to the 20-yard line, as it would have anyway. No run back on the play. Back for the Wranglers was Owen McMillan, but he didn't have a chance to get the ball as it squirted out of bounds. So now let's take a look and see what the Pinedale Wranglers can do. They're taking over at their own 20-yard line, and let's see if they can respond to the play that respond to that score. Okay, and they're moving the ball up to the 35. Do we have a penalty?
I didn't see one, Ernie. I just think they're putting it on the 35-yard line.
Well, the script calls for it to be at the 20, but it's at the 35, so let's make that adjustment here. Pinedale, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They come in with a pro look set in the backfield, 2 runners on each side. There's the handoff, smothered immediately. Coming in there was Caden Rowan for the Lander Tigers and just smothered the ball carrier that time. And I believe that was number 7.
Yeah, that was Ethan Jensen.
Ethan Jensen, yeah.
And a nice push off the line by the defensive line for Lander. Made sure that Jensen went absolutely nowhere. Probably lost about a yard there on the first play.
Okay, so the quarterback brings them back out on the field, and that's Luke Gray. Same set. Receivers on both sides. A fumble in the backfield. This is going to go for a big loss as Pinedale recovers it. They cover it back at the 25-yard line, and lucky to get back on there was their lineman. And let's see, Kobe Bailey jumped on that fumble, and we have a face mask penalty going to be called against the Lander Tigers. That was apparently on the fumble return when they were in that huddle trying to grab that football. Somebody got a face mask. Well, it's an easy handle, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah, but that's a killer after a really nice play by the defensive line and a really bad snap by the center for Pinedale.
Well, they move the ball up to the 35-yard line now on the penalty, and it is going to be 2nd down and 10 yards to go, so we're right back where we started at the 35-yard line. Single receivers on each side, split runners in the backfield. And the quarterback, there's another fumble on the play. The ball's loose, picked up by the Tigers. We're going to have a score, and that's Harris. Harris with the fumble return, and he picked it up about the 24-yard line. So that's going to be a 24-yard fumble return on the play by the Lander Tigers in the first quarter here at the 9:03 mark. And Harris involved in both of the Lander scores. It was a fumble return. And here comes the extra point attempt now by Weaver. Stauffenberg is holding. A little bit of breeze in the background. The high kick is up, and it is good. And with 9:03 to go here in the first period of play, it's Lander 14 and Pinedale 0. Back after this.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
The defense for Lander absolutely doing an outstanding job on the first drive against Pinedale. Absolutely fantastic. They forced a really big loss on a bad snap, and then a fumble recovery for a touchdown by Gabe Harris makes it 14-0 Lander.
Well, the Tigers, 9:03 to go here, first period. In this scrimmage, this is a controlled scrimmage, so it's kind of sort of like 80% of a football game, as they do not run back any of the kicks, and there goes the football off the tee. We got the winds picked up a little bit, Travis.
Yeah, and also a nice little shade going on here. If you're watching the live stream, you can see it got really shady really quick. And if you're listening in, it's just an absolute gorgeous day for the first game of football this season. Evan Stevenson has come out to hold the football in place for Matisse Weaver at the 40-yard line. A couple of players back for Pinedale, back around the 5-yard line. His last kickoff went into the end zone. And there's the stutter step, the long high kick. This one is going to go to the back of the end zone, and so we'll start again. Pinedale will start with a first down and 10-yard to go, and let's see where they mark it this time. I got to say, Matisse Weaver, my first time getting to see him kick, that is a absolute phenomenal weapon if you are Coach John Scott. If you can get a kicker to kick it into the end zone where your defense can set up, that's really good. Well, now they're putting it at the 20-yard line. After the first kick, they went to the 35. Now they're back at the 20-yard line. It's a scrimmage for everybody. That's right. Their officials are doing it the first time. Same offensive look for Pinedale. Backfield, there's another fumble and a sack, and the ball loose, and Pinedale falls on it. And coming down with that basketball is Luke Gray, the football, the quarterback, but it's a loss back to the 18, so it's a loss of 2 yards on the play. And again, Pinedale's having a little bit of trouble getting that ball snapped into the quarterback's hand, Travis. Yeah, one of the things if you're a center is it's really hard, obviously, to get the ball down, snap it, and then get into your defensive block. And so their center just needs to take a deep breath and get a good snap off. Twins to the left side now, single receiver to the right, one man in the backfield. Kind of the pistol formation. There's the handoff, goes to the right-hand side. Nice running ability, and it goes out across the 20-yard line. And that was the quarterback, Jensen, who carried the ball after that handoff, and it goes up to the 22-yard line. So that's a nice gain on the play of about 4 yards, and it'll be third down now and about 8 yards to go. And you see what I mean about the positive of snapping the ball in the correct fashion. You actually get a playoff, you get positive yards, a little bit of momentum if you're Pinedale. And, of course, they set up a different offensive set that time, which moved the Lander defense, which enabled them to break it off to that right-hand side. Oh, they're coming. Yep, we got the passes caught and dropped right away. It's an incomplete pass. Otherwise, Lander would have had another touchdown. Pass was intended that time for Ethan Jensen from Luke Gray. So it's an incomplete pass. First pass of the afternoon by Pinedale, and they're going to have to kick it away. It's fourth down. Going deep back for the Lander Tigers to receive is John Beaver. And I feel like when the offensive line gets over to Pinedale's sideline, the coach is going to pull aside that center and be like, let's go over the fundamentals again, because you saw what happened when you get a good snap off, we get a positive yard, and you do that, we can actually get something going. Okay, coming in to punt is number 14. Let's see if I can find him on our roster here. That's the Vega. Kick. Oh, that's Vega. That's right. The kick bounces at the 50-yard line, takes a Lander bounce, and is down at the 48-yard line. Nice defensive work by Sawyer Sakifa. I think that's what we agreed on. Sakifa
Siefkes, Sakifa. And if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I apologize to the folks listening in Pinedale today. All right, they're going to mark the ball down at the 49-yard line. So that's where Lander will start the play at their own 49-yard line. Excellent field position for the Tigers. Hash mark near side. They're going with the wind. Stauffenberg goes under center. Makes the call. One man in motion, two men in motion. There's the handoff, and we have a penalty flag and a nice run for the Lander Tigers by Braden Johnson-Baker, but this is coming back. I think they had two men in motion at the same time, and that'll be an illegal procedure and an illegal shift. Yeah, they're calling it a legal shift, and so that'll be a penalty against the Tiger. Boy, you can see that one happening just as the game was, or the first player went in motion, a second player went in motion, and that was the no-no. So they're going to move the football back, I'm thinking. Pinedale, are they going to accept it, or are they going to decline it? No, they're going to accept the penalty. So it's going to go from the 49 down to the 44, and it'll be a 5-yard penalty.
And again, that's another play. We had the face mask in the first drive where a good run happened, and they got brought back on the face mask. Now at the illegal shift, two really good runs negated by penalties for the Tigers.
Well, the Tigers come back up. They've got one man split wide to the right side, one man split wide to the left side. That's Stevenson. Two men in the backfield. Handoff goes on the near side. Carrying the football right now for the Tigers is Pasquinelli. And he gets across the original line of scrimmage, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 50. So it's going to be a 6-yard gain for Jack Pasquinelli. And it'll be a second down now for the Tigers as the football moves up to the 49-yard line inside Pinedale territory.
That's the third carry for Pasquinelli for 24 yards in the game. The second one came back on a penalty.
6:33 to go until the end of the first period. Lander has a 2-touchdown lead over Pinedale here at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium. All right, everyone out of the backfield now except one person, one man in motion. Receivers on the end. The handoff goes on the near side. There's Pasquinelli again, and he gets about 4 or 5 yards, maybe 6 yards. They're going to mark him down at the 43-yard line. So that's a nice carry, 6 yards on the play by Pasquinelli. And the Tigers now have a third down and about 2 yards to go for the first down.
This is the first third down that the Tigers have faced all game long. Let's see what they draw up here with a third and short.
Wind blowing directly across the field. We have a west wind here. We've got two men in the backfield. Ball is handed off, and it goes to Pasquinelli again over the left-hand side. First down, 40, 35, 30, 35, 20. He's down to the sideline, into the end zone. Touchdown. Oh, I think they're going to call him out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, that was a close call for Pinedale to go down 3 scores. Pasquinelli found that sideline, and he went full blast up that sideline, but he just barely got a toe on that line.
38-yard run by Jack Pasquinelli, and the Tigers have it first and goal. He was tight-roping there on the far sideline and did step out of bounds at the 5-yard line. So 5:25 to go here, first period of play. Tigers in a controlled scrimmage game with the Pinedale Wranglers. Stauffenberg brings them up to the line of scrimmage. Everyone is in tight. Pasquinelli, the trailing back. Two other running backs in the backfield. Stauffenberg hands it to Harris. Harris fights his way near the goal line, and touchdown, Tigers. That's the third touchdown of the game by Harris. He scored on a 25-yard pass play from Stauffenberg. He returned a fumble, 23 yards, and here is a 5-yard rush by Harris for the Tigers' third TD of the first half, and it comes at the 5:19 mark of period number 1. And we have Matisse Weaver in for the point after touchdown attempt. He'll kick it from the 10. Ball's down, kicks up, and it is good. So it's now 21-0 Lander in this scrimmage following the 5-yard rush by Harris and the PAT by Matisse Weaver. And we'll be back with the Pinedale series of plays right after this.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Hi, this is Terry Banker. I'm minister at New Hope Christian Church in Lander, Wyoming. We want to support the kids of this area academically, athletically, and spiritually. Our address is 630 Mount Hope Drive. Come to Sunday school at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:45.
And going deep for the Pinedale Wranglers here to receive the kick from Matisse Weaver is Owen McMillan. McMillan's last 2 kickoffs have gone out of the end zone. So, as you mentioned earlier, Travis, a kicker like Matisse Weaver is a powerful weapon for the offense.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like at some point we're going to see if he can put one in around the 5-yard line and back up this Pinedale team, because obviously Coach Scott will want to see him in those situations too.
Okay, the ball is set at the 40-yard line, and Weaver makes his approach. There's the kick. Again, a high, and it's going to go out of the end zone again. 3rd time it's gone out of the end zone. So we'll start again at the 20 for the Pinedale Wranglers.
Never mind. I'm wrong. Just keep kicking it out of the end zone there, Matisse.
Yeah, really. So they start at the 20. So far, Pinedale has run a total of 7 plays. And this will be their 8th play from scrimmage. They're down at their own 20-yard line. They're going from north to south here at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium in Lander. There's a real stiff crosswind now coming from the west right across the field. 2 men in the backfield, men on either side, receivers, and there's a ball blowing dead. We had a false start by Pinedale.
Offsides on Pinedale, yeah. You could see the offense or the defensive line for Lander trying to let the referee know that he's gearing me offsides. He's trying to get me offsides, and nicely done by Lander to make sure the referees knew that was the case.
1st and 15 now for the Wranglers at their own 15-yard line. Clock at 5:19. First period of play. Lander 21, Pinedale 0. Same offensive formation, back to pass. The quarterback rolls to his left now. He's under pressure, and down he goes at the 16-yard line.
You, as a quarterback, cannot hold that ball for that long and expect to not get someone behind you or around you.
And that time Luke Gray held on to it a little bit too long. He was trying to find someone over on the right flat, but the pursuit was pretty strong by the Tigers, and he didn't have a chance. So 4:50 to go, first period. Lander in defense. They've got a 3-4-man defensive front, looking like a 4-4 here on defense. And right now, bringing the ball out is Luke Gray, or bringing the team out. He has twin receivers to the right, 1 man in the slot, no one on the left-hand side, 1 man in the backfield to his left. Handoff is going to go, and that is a ball carrier right there by Ethan Jensen. Jensen gets a little bit of the yardage back, but not much. He's run out of bounds at about the 18, I believe. Let's see where the officials mark it on the far side. Yeah, it's going to be the 18-yard line, so that's a pickup of 2 on the play by Jensen. And it brings up a 3rd down and 12 to go for Pinedale. They're in their green jerseys with white pants and green stripes and white helmets. These are their practice jerseys, which is one of the reasons why we had a hard time getting the numbers on them. Okay, they've got twin receivers, 1 man in the backfield. Ball is fumbled and recovered by the quarterback. That was Luke Gray. And again, a trouble with that snap on the scrimmage, and they're going to lose all the way back to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, that is a big-time killer for this Pinedale team. Poor Luke Gray has got a total of I've got unofficially a negative 16 yards rushing for poor Luke Gray, just because he's got to deal with all those fumbles, and he keeps falling on them.
Edwin Vega back to kick for the Wranglers. There's the kick. It's kind of a wobbly kick. It bounces at the 36-yard line. It's going to take a really good Pinedale roll. That's going to go all the way down to the 41-yard line, where it's down right there in Lander territory. And so the Tigers will take over with 2:54 to go here, first period. Lander leading 21-0 on our WYO Today scoreboard. And we hope you're enjoying the telecast this afternoon on WYO Today YouTube, as well as the audio broadcast on KFCW 93.1. Ernie Over and Travis Gupton with you, Mike Side, here at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium in Lander. And the head coach of the Tigers is right up behind us, Travis. He's in the box calling plays from up above and watching the plays as they work out. Okay, twin receivers to the left, single receiver to the right, two men in the backfield. In the shotgun now is Stauffenberg. A new look. There's Pasquinelli with the carry. He's got a first down. He's still going across the 50, down to the 46-yard line, 47-yard line, before he's finally pulled down and making the defensive stop that time. Let's see if I can find this guy's number, number 11. Do you have a number 11 over there?
Let me see if I got a number 11.
I'm trying to find a number 11.
I do not.
Oh, there it is, Ethan Kemp. Ethan Kemp. So the coach gave us the numbers based on juniors, seniors, sophomores, freshmen, and they're scattered all over the place. We just got them at the last minute. We were trying for a week to get their roster, but they just didn't hand out the uniforms yet.
Yeah, that's a normal thing for preseason, quote-unquote preseason football. Just lucky that they're able to come out and play today.
Tigers 1st and 10 at the Pinedale 46-yard line. There's a pass, goes way over the head of Harris. It'll be incomplete, and so we'll go back to the 46 and try it again for the Lander Tigers. He had single coverage out there, and on coverage for Pinedale was Ethan Jensen.
Yeah, that's the second pass by Stauffenberg. His first incompletion, his first pass was a 25-yard touchdown bomb.
Yeah, you like to have, a 50% touchdown percentage.
And Pasquinelli has been absolutely on fire in this first half with 1:55 left. He's on the route to reach 100 yards by halftime.
Well, now they come out with single receiver to the left, twins on the right, one man in the backfield. Under center is Stauffenberg, and he hands off to Pasquinelli. Pasquinelli's got a little bit of running room. He's at the 30, he's at the 20, the 10, and out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Well, Jack Pasquinelli is really doing a great job as he picks up that time from the 46 down to the 9, a 35-yard run by Pasquinelli. That's his second big, long scamper of the day, Travis.
Yeah, it is. And, again, it's the hit after contact. He keeps on going, and he is doing an absolute fantastic job, and he's now over 100 yards, and we're not even out of the first quarter.
Well, kudos to that front offensive line for the Tigers. They made a hole I could run through. And
yeah.
that's hard for me to do. But I might have made a few yards on that one. Okay, coming back out, single receivers on each side. One man in the slot, looks like the pistol formation. Here's the handoff, and it goes on the near side. That's not Harris, that's 25. That's Hunter Velarde. He gets his first carry into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers, and we have a man down in the end zone. And it's a Pinedale player who is down in the end zone after that touchdown by Velarde. So the touchdown by Velarde comes here in the first period, and it comes at the 1:38 mark. And let's see, that was a 9-yard scamper, 9 yards by Velarde. And you also saw Velarde this summer with the Lander Lobos.
That is correct. A lot of these guys I've seen with the Lander Lobos, the defending state champion Lander Lobos, if I may say so myself. Had a lot of fun with those guys, and these guys coming into the football practice, they're ready to run. I can tell you that because they ran all season long in Lander Lobos baseball.
Well, let's take a break. We have a player from Pinedale down on the field. We'll be back right after this.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
And we have the Pinedale players being helped off the field. It looks like he might have a lower leg injury. They were holding his lower leg in place, and he's been able to walk off the field. And I believe, Travis, that we are looking at Ethan Kemp, linebacker.
Number 11.
Yeah, Ethan Kemp
yeah.
is the injured player, and they're helping him over to the sideline.
And you hate to see that in a scrimmage. Absolutely hate to see that.
You don't want injuries in a practice game. Well, we're after the Hunter Velarde touchdown for Lander, Matisse Weaver to try the extra point. He's 3 for 3 in the game so far. There's a real strong crosswind right in front of the Lander goalpost. There's the snap, the kick, and it's good. So another touchdown and an extra point, and it now goes Lander 28 and Pinedale 0. Back after this.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help in Lander and Riverton.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Matisse Weaver about ready to kick off from the 40-yard line. Owen McMillan deep for Pinedale, and the 4 previous time he's watched it sail over his head, and same time this time, into the end zone and out of the end zone. The Wranglers have not had a chance to field one of his kickoffs. And, of course, under the rules of the scrimmage, when you do field a kickoff, the ball is dead right away, and then they move it out to the 20. So here come the Pinedale Wranglers again, and they are now out to try get a little bit of offense going here. Tigers have scored 4 times in 4 possessions.
Yeah, Pinedale needs to figure out a way to just get positive offense, and here's a good way to start.
Here's Luke Gray, covers up that football, picks up about 6 yards on the play. He goes to the left-hand side and picks up a nice carry. That's one of the first positive yard plays for Pinedale today.
Yeah, and especially for Luke Gray. He's in the negatives right now on rushing, so hopefully he can get a couple more of those and get out of that negative.
That's right.
The only positive rusher right now for the Pinedale is Ethan Jensen with 5 yards.
Okay, they come back out. 2 men in the backfield. Oh, and the ball is fumbled, picked right back up. This one's going nowhere. It's smothered immediately by the Lander defensive front four. And in on that play for Lander was Ziam Calabras. His brother Ernesto was a pretty big star, an all-stater for the Tigers last year. So that play goes nowhere. It's a loss of 1 back to the 25, and it brings down a 3rd down and 5 now.
That's the 3rd time that I have seen the center. It looks like they're trying to run a wildcat play by snapping it directly to the running back, and he's not ready for it.
No. Under center now is the quarterback, Luke Gray, and the handoff goes straight up the middle, and it's a gain of about 2 or 3 yards, and picking up that carry that time was number 80, and let's see if we can figure out Dustin Larson. Dustin Larson carried that, but it's going to be 4th down. The carry is only to the 28-yard line, so a gain of 3 yards by Larson, and they will have to punt again. And going deep back to punt, let's see, we had Edwin Vega. Vega is there.
Let's see if they actually snap this.
Yeah, there's only 8 seconds to go here in the quarter. And there's another player coming in, and the quarter's going to end. That's the end of the first period of play, and our score, Lander 28 and Pinedale 0. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Well, Pinedale called a timeout just before the period ended. There's 3 seconds left on the clock. It's 4th down, 3 yards to go. And going back in punt formation for Pinedale is Edwin Vega. He's back at the 15-yard line. He drops the football. He tries to kick it off, and we have a roughing the passer coming up as crashing into him that time. During the punt. That wasn't one of the better moves I've seen on the football field. Caden Rowan just leveled the punter. And that's going to give him a first down. I'm sure that's going to be a 15-yarder.
So let's see. It's going to end the period, and it'll give Pinedale their first down of the game.
Yep. And here comes the call. It
is.
First down. Yep. They're going to, well, they haven't given us a signal yet, but it's pretty obvious it was roughing the kicker. Yeah, there it is, roughing the kicker. So Pinedale gets another breath of life here, and this will be their deepest penetration of the game. And the officials are going to mark the ball down at the 43-yard line. So on the penalty, the Pinedale Wranglers will start at the 43-yard line with that first down, their first down of the game. So we're into the second quarter now. Lander up by 4 touchdowns. Pinedale at their own 43-yard line. Lander looking at a 3-man defensive front now. There's almost a bobble. There's the handoff, and it goes straight to the right side. Ethan Jensen, the carry, and he gets some good yardage, Travis. He's across the 50, and they're going to mark him down at across the 45 down to the 47-yard line. So 4-yard gain on the play by Jensen.
So Jensen now with 9 yards, and there's a flag, I think, on the field.
Yeah, I think there's another flag.
They picked it up.
What did we have? Let's wait and see what the white hat tells us here. We have illegal substitution on Lander. So that's a 5-yard penalty. So that will move the ball from the 47 down to the 46 of Lander. So there's the penalty.
And that's what's killing Lander. so far. That's straight up killing Lander right now. Pinedale should have punted this ball 2 plays ago, and Lander should be on offense right now, but Lander has been giving them breaths of life with these penalties.
Second first down by penalty. Here's a new quarterback. There's a pass caught downfield. Good pass on the play. Colby Bailey picks it up. Luke Gray to Colby Bailey, and that's a nice gainer for Pinedale, and it's going to go down to the 42-yard line. It looks like the 42. So let's see. And what do we have, a timeout called?
That is correct, sir.
All right, timeout. We'll be back.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Well, we have the officials forgot to have the teams change sides at the end of the first period of play. So now they've corrected that, and Pinedale is now going from south to north with the football at the Lander 42-yard line. And they didn't run any time off the clock, as Travis noted. Probably should have had 5 or 6 seconds running off the clock that time. Okay, here we go. In the shotgun is Luke Gray for the Wranglers. Oh, and the bad snap, and it goes down. It's being recovered by the Tigers, I think. Lander gets the fumble recovery, the second fumble recovery of the game, and it's down at the Pinedale 40-yard line. And the quarterback, Luke Gray, is having a tough time getting up. He's bunched over, and I don't know if they're going to call timeout for him or not. He's hurting, and yeah, they're going to call time and bring the Pinedale coaches and the trainer over to the sideline. And limping off the field right now is Luke Gray. So we'll have a new, hopefully just a little tweak. But yeah. Lander takes over. Lander Tigers take over 1st and 10 now at the Pinedale 46-yard line, Travis.
Yeah, and Pinedale, like I said, has not been able to get anything offensively going. It's all been off of Lander penalties, and the defense makes up for their penalties by that nice fumble recovery.
Stauffenberg is in the gun. Running backs on either side of him, one man in the slot to the right. Back to the pass is Stauffenberg. He's caught, chased, pulled down for a loss of 4 yards on the play. Nice defensive play that time by Pinedale. And let's see, that was, that's our favorite player, Ethan Jensen, who made that defensive stop. And that time, Stauffenberg got caught. He didn't have anywhere to go. And the ball goes all the way back to the 50-yard line, so it's a loss of 4 on the play by the Tigers. Wind picking up just a little bit. 11:22 to go here, first half of play. Lander with a 4-touchdown lead, and they've got the ball right at midfield. And we're getting a little bit of cloudiness now, which is welcome.
Very welcomed.
Very welcomed. Bright sunshine on you. Okay, back in the gun, Stauffenberg. He's back at the 45-yard line. There's the snap. He rolls out, steps 2 forward, shot, intercepted down at the 28-yard line, and the play is still going up to the 35-yard line, and down finally at the 37-yard line. And that was, did you see who that was, 36?
I see a 36 who got it.
Yeah, that was 36. Let's see if we can find him on this really crazy roster here.
Or maybe 56, because I don't see a 36 out there. I think it's 56.
56. Okay, that would be Bodie Jensen. defensive back. So the two teams trade turnovers. Pinedale gave it away on a fumble, and then Lander gives it away on a pass interception. First turnover by the Tigers this afternoon, and the Pinedale Wranglers take over at their own 38-yard line, 1st and 10.
Stauffenberg looks like he's been struggling in the shotgun position. He looked a lot more comfortable under center. Going into shotgun has given him a lot of problems.
And here's the handoff in the backfield. Oh, caught right away was Jensen, down for a big loss, and now we have a flag coming in at the end. We might have had a late hit there. Let's see. The flag came in really late by the side judge down at the 20, unless it was a face mask or something on Pinedale. But let's see what the call is. Yeah, it is a face mask.
And a personal foul.
Personal foul.
So they're going to call a personal foul face mask. That should be 15 yards.
Yeah, it's going to go against Lander. They're talking to the Pinedale. A flagrant face mask call, and so they're going to walk it off all the way back to or all the way upfield to the 46-yard line. So that penalty is actually a 12-yard, an 8-yard penalty up to the 46.
And honestly, if I'm Coach John Scott, I want to see this now and not in week 1.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You want to get rid of the mistakes right away. And that one came in after the play.
Yeah.
So, that you don't like those dead ball fouls. Okay, it's first down, and we need 2 yards for the first down. There's the snap, and the lateral comes on the near side of Jensen. He's got some running room. A first down. He's at the 40. He's at the 30, the 20, and knocked out of bounds at the 18-yard line.
Nice run by Jensen. And we've been praising the defense for Lander all game long, and they just let one go there.
We have a flag on the field holding against Pinedale.
And as soon as I say that, never mind.
That I don't even see where the flag is.
I don't see a flag at all.
But the official was doing the preliminary. There's the hold, and they're going to mark it from the 48-yard line of Pinedale back 10 yards to the 42.
So the holding was at the 49-yard line of Pinedale. I saw the flag before he picked it up. So that's why he was able to get so open. He was held.
Well, that's why they throw the flags. So what was the biggest play of the game for Pinedale is taken off the board, and it'll go down only to the 49-yard line. So that'll be a 3-yard gain by Jensen. And then the penalty moves it back to the 42. 10:16 to go, second quarter. Lander 28, Pinedale 0. There's the snap, handoff, goes again to Jensen. Jensen's got a little bit of running room, and he's pushed forward to about the 47-yard line.
Jensen, again, he also looked like one of the Lander defensive lineman was slow to get up, but Jensen with another nice run after contact, being able to turn his back and push. He pulled about 2 Lander defenders with him. Nice run by Jensen.
That was Caden Bowen who made the initial hit on Jensen, and the gain is from the 42 to the 48-yard line, a nice 6-yard gain by Jensen. And it's 3rd down and 10 now following that holding penalty. 3rd and 10 for the Wranglers.
They've got a first down up there, partner.
Yeah, there's a bad snap again. The quarterback gets away from it, but he's smothered. Luke Gray smothered way back at the 39-40-yard line. So that's going to be a loss of 8 yards on the play, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that run, the run by Jensen was enough for that first down, barely, but it got him there. And then, again, the defense for Lander showing promise, and they're getting after that quarterback. They are spying the quarterback all day long.
And Pinedale now looking at a 2nd down and 19 to go. They're at the 39-yard line in their own territory, 2nd down. One man in the slot to the left, back to pass. Being chased, caught, and he's going to be brought down, sacked, back at the 31-yard line. So it's going to be a loss of 9 yards on the play. And coming in there for the Lander Tigers, that was Braden Johnson-Baker. Baker on that defensive play. It's 3rd and forever now. We got about 22 yards to go. 3rd and 22. Hash mark on the far side. Clock running, 8:20 to go until halftime. We'll have a 10-minute halftime, and then the second half will be much more of a controlled scrimmage. Okay, so the quarterback, Luke Gray, goes back to pass, rolls out to his left, throws it downfield, and it's dropped, intercepted. Went right through the hands of 63. Let's see if I can find him on the roster. Colby Bailey. And the man trailing on the play almost caught the ball. But it's 4th down now. This has been Pinedale's longest drive of the game. 8th play of the game of the drive. And back now is Edwin Vega to do the punting. There's the kick. Oh, it goes straight up in the air. They almost blocked that kick. It takes a Lander bounce, and now it's down at the 46-yard line. So that's where the Pinedale Wranglers will set up their defense against the Tigers. Lander coming in pretty good field position here, and it's going to be at their own 44-yard line. It's where the officials are finally marking it down. So Lander will have the ball. Clock stopped with 7:55 to go in the first half. Lander 28 and Pinedale 0. We'll have a 10-minute halftime, and then we'll have a much more controlled second half with a running clock. So this game is going to get over in pretty short order. Lander comes out. Let's see, we still have Stauffenberg. He's got the running backs between him on either side in the gun. There's the handoff. Short drop, pass over, far side. Caught on the near side is Matisse Weaver. Weaver, first down, yardage all the way down inside the 40. Finally knocked out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. No, they're going to keep the clock moving. Well, the scoreboard clock has stopped, but the officials said keep it going. So that's a pass play to Weaver. And it goes to the 39-yard line. That's the first time we've had Weaver as a receiver today. And that is 6 and 11, 17-yard gain on the play by the Tigers. 1st and 10 at the 39 of Pinedale. Back to pass, rolling to his left. There's the pass downfield, caught by the Tigers, Evan Stevenson, and he's finally wrangled out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Nice pass play. Stevenson was all alone.
Yeah, Evan Stevenson, one of the taller wide receivers for this Lander Tigers team, and a great pass by Stauffenberg, an even better catch by Stevenson, and a nice pickup in his first game.
14-yard pass play on that. The ball's 1st and 10, now down at the Pinedale 25-yard line. 7 minutes, 10 seconds to go here in the first half of play. It's been all Lander so far, mainly a lot of trouble on the Pinedale battery of the snapper and the quarterback. Weaver still in the gun, back at the 30-yard line. Handoff goes on the near side. Carrying the football is Gabe Harris, and he's pulled down after a gain of about 3 or 4 yards. So that was a pitch play over to Harris, and they're going to give him 4 yards on the play. And it's down to the 21-yard line. So 4 yards on the play by Harris. Or I'm sorry, Hunter Velarde. That was 25, wasn't it? Yeah, that was Hunter Velarde on that last carry. I beg your pardon. Hash mark, far side. One man in the slot. Now in motion. Handoff is faked. Given off to the second man through, Pascalini. And he powers close to that 15-yard line, but he's going to be short. They're going to mark him at the 17, I believe. Oh, no, he's all the way down to the 16-yard line. So that's a nice gain of 5 yards on the play by Pascalini. Pascanelli.
There you go.
There we go. Sorry about that, family members.
Pascanelli now with 116 yards in the first half alone.
3rd down, a yard to go. hash mark far side. Handoff goes to Pasquinelli, and there's first down yardage, and he powers his way inside the 10. I beg your pardon. Powers his way inside the 15 down to the 12-yard line. So that's a 4-yard gain and a first down. And it'll be just outside the 10. So it's first down, 10 yards to go. 4-yard gain by Pasquinelli.
And this Lander team doing an excellent job now mixing some plays up, getting some pass plays in there, getting some running plays in there. Definitely doing a much better job is Stauffenberg under center and in the shotgun. He looks a lot more comfortable than the last go-round.
2 receivers off to the left, 1 to the right. Fake to Pasquinelli. There's the kick, the pass, touchdown Tigers. It goes to Gabe Harris for the touchdown from 12 yards. So the Tigers score, and I don't think Harris could have been any more wide open.
Yeah, he didn't get touched at all when he went in for that touchdown. An excellent pass by Stauffenberg to get Gabe Harris in for the touchdown.
So that goes down as a 12-yard pass play from Stauffenberg to Harris. 4th touchdown of the day by Harris. And here's Matisse Weaver. Had a little bit of trouble with the hold, and it's not good. The hold didn't come in straight, and the ball was at an angle when Matisse kicked it, and it went off to the right side. So the kick is no good, and the score goes Lander 34, Pinedale nothing. Back after this.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
Okay, we have Matisse Weaver putting up teeing up the football right at the 40-yard line. Lander 34, Pinedale 0. I almost said Jackson for some reason. I'm not sure why. So Matisse Weaver has the ball teed up. He's back at the 30-yard line at an angle. McMillan deep for the Wranglers. This will be Weaver's first kick in this direction, and just like the others, it's a high kick. It comes down at the 7-yard line, and that's where the play will stop, at the 7-yard line. And grabbing the ball that time on the reception, let's see, that was Leo Labrador, number 88. So Pinedale on the kickoff gets it down at the 7-yard line. Let me get the right stat sheet out here. So they are moved that up to the 20, as they do. This is a controlled scrimmage. So instead of having it at the 7, they'll move it up to the 20. First down, 10 yards to go. Receivers, single receivers on each side, 2 men in the backfield. In the gun is Luke Gray, and he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and another flag comes flying in from the backfield. So let's see what this is. It's a loss of 3 yards on the play, back to the 17-yard line. And let's see what the call is going to be. It's going to be a block in the back against Lander. So here we go again, Travis. Another penalty against the Tigers is going to give Pinedale, I think, a first down. So here we go. They're picking up the flag there now. And, they're waving it off. Not a penalty. Well, the Lander coaches won that challenge. So the loss is going to go back to the 17-yard line, a loss of 3 on the play by the quarterback, Luke Gray. 5:16 to go here, first half, 34-0 Lander on our WyoToday.com scoreboard. A huddle breaks. And do we have a new quarterback out there? I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. No, it's the, yeah, we do have a new quarterback. A direct snap went back to 61. And let's see who that is on the roster. That is Jake Hammer. So Hammer gets a direct snap and loses even more yardage. It goes back to the 12-yard line, a 5-yard loss on the play. So the quarterback who was injured in that last series of play limped off the field, and he is standing on the sideline, still has his helmet on. So now we have the new quarterback, which is 61. I just said his name a second ago, Jake Hammer. Hammer has the ball, tries to advance it, not much gain there, no gain on the play. So the Lander defensive line really shot in that time. 65 was in there. Gavin Romer, I think. I'm not sure. Fourth down and 17 yards to go for Lander. And going back in punt formation, as he has been all evening long, is Ethan. There's the kick. It's blocked. The kick is blocked, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So getting in there and getting a hand on it, excuse me, was Caden Rowan. Rowan got in there and blocked that punt. So Lander is in excellent field position. They're going to take over at the 30-yard line of Pinedale after that blocked punt. Yeah, that was a great play that time by the Tigers. Rowan. Football on the near side, hash mark. Right on the 30-yard line. 3:49 to go in the first half. Lander 34, Pinedale nothing. So, Travis, we just had a blocked punt.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah. Hi, guys. Welcome.
Welcome back. You were doing some engineering work for one of our other teams up in Powell.
Yeah.
So. Okay, back at the quarterback position is Stauffenberg. He's under center this time. Whistle, and we have a delay of game, I think. Delay of game on the Tigers.
Timeout.
Did they get a timeout?
The official nearest to us called a timeout, yeah.
So no play, and the Tigers will have a timeout, and we'll take one as well.
College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
Well, Brody Moffitt is now in at quarterback for the Tigers. There's a handoff, and it goes to Pasquinelli, and he goes nowhere. Matter of fact, he goes backwards about 3 or 4 yards. They're going to call his forward progress at the 34-yard line. So that's a loss of 4 yards on the play as it goes backwards to the 34. That's the first time Pasquinelli's had a loss today's game.
Yeah, it brings him down. Still having an excellent game. Unofficially, he's at 118 yards and doing really good running the ball for Lander.
Hash mark on the far side, twin single receivers on each end. There's the handoff, comes on the near side. Jukin and jiving is Harris. That's Gabe Harris. Harris down to the 25-yard line. So that's a nice little gain by the Tigers. So it goes 9 yards to the 25-yard line. Harris with 9 yards on the carry. Make it a 3rd down and 5 for Lander. Clock moving, 2:44 to go, first half of play.
Gabe Harris having himself a really good day. We were talking about it during the break. He's pitched the cycle. Defensive touchdown, passing touchdown, and a rushing touchdown.
And a fumble recovery.
And a fumble recovery.
Yeah. Okay, here's the quarterback. Handoff goes to Harris. Harris on the right-hand side. Doesn't get enough for the first down. Coming in there big time for the Pinedale Wranglers. Well, as soon as they move away, I'll get his number, maybe. I think that was the big guy there. One of the interior linemen, Carson DeLua. So it's 4th down. Tigers are going to go for it, obviously.
Yeah, no reason not to. You're deep in Pinedale territory. Let's see what Coach John Scott and the Lander offense comes up with here.
You need 2 yards for the first down. And coming up under center is Brody Moffitt, the new quarterback for the Tigers. There's the pitch on the near side to Harris, first down and more inside the 15. Nice chase that time by Ethan Jensen of Pinedale, who finally pulls him down. But the Tigers get the first down. It goes down to the 15-yard line, so that'll be a gain of 10 yards on the play.
Gabe Harris, 56 yards unofficially on the day so far.
Clock down to 92 seconds to go here in the first half. Lander with a 34-0 lead, knocking on the door once again. Now they're starting the clock. Minute 90 to go. Moffitt up to the line. Goes under center. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 man in the backfield. Here's the pitch. Pitch goes. There's a cut at the 10-yard line. At the 5-yard line, ball is lost and a flag comes out. Let's see. That was Braden Johnson-Baker with the carry. And let's see what the penalty is all about. I think Pinedale recovered the fumble, Travis.
They did not show possession change. Now they did. So, yeah, it looks like Pinedale ball, but let's see what the penalty is.
It'll be against Lander if they've messaged Pinedale's ball. It's now at the 3-yard line. Penalty is declined against Lander. First down and 10 for Pinedale, and they're going to have the ball right at the 5-yard line.
Now you're going to have to be very careful if you are Pinedale and Luke Gray. Your back is to your end zone. You want to make sure that you are very secure with this ball and make sure that nothing crazy happens.
Ball is just outside of the 4-yard line. First and 10, Pinedale, minute 9 to go. Let's see what the Wranglers come up with here. They're still huddling. Now they break the huddle and come out. Single receivers on each side, 2 men in the backfield. Gray, the quarterback, takes the snap, rolls to his left side. He's got an open running room, and he's going to take off running, and he's going to get the first down to the 12-yard line. Or, I'm sorry, the 16-yard line. Well, that was a nice carry. He faked the pass, and he goes out for an 11-yard gain. And they call timeout with 59 seconds to go. So we'll take a short timeout and be back right after this.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Frazier, Dr. Hinkle, Dr. Ballard, and Dr. Davis offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Okay, back to pass is Gray, smothered, sacked back at the 10-yard line. Huge rush that time by the Tigers, and coming in and making that stop. Was that Johnson Bear? I think 28, yeah. That was Braden Johnson Baker who made the stop on that play. So it's a second down now and 15 as the loss goes all the way back to the 11-yard line. Loss of 5 on the play. Come back out in that same formation, single man in the backfield. Gray takes 4 steps back, rolls to his left. There's the pass caught immediately, and we have all sorts of equipment coming off on the ground that time. And the pass is caught by Kobe Bailey, and he comes up to the 12-yard line, and Pinedale calls a timeout again. So that was a short gain on the play. Comes back up. That is the... No, I'm sorry. It's the 18-yard line. So that's a gain of 7 on that pass play. Gain of 7. We'll hold it right here. 10 seconds to go in the first half. Lander 34, Pinedale nothing. Pinedale looking to go to the air, Travis.
Yeah, and that's really not, I don't know if it's a good idea, especially from where they are and how good this defense is playing for Lander. So I think you should just run this, if anything. Definitely don't want to do anything crazy with your back right against your own end zone.
And the coach is out there giving instructions, and that is David Thresh, new coach for the Pinedale Wranglers. And there's the airplane flying right overhead here.
Wouldn't be preseason without a flyover.
Nope, that's right. Looks like a twin Beach Air going above us. Okay, 10 seconds to go. Luke Gray rolls back to pass, rolls to his left side. There's a long pass downfield. Oh, it's broken up. And that was an unintentional breakup by number 0. Or was that number 8?
Looked like number 8.
Brody Moffitt. The ball hit Moffitt on the helmet and knocked away. If that had not happened, that would have been a long reception.
See, Moffitt, it looked like from my vantage point, it hit him in his hands. It looked like he had an opportunity to pick that one off. Lucky for Pinedale, they were able to hold off.
4 ticks left in the first half of play.
And lucky for Luke Gray, that goes as nothing more than an incomplete pass.
That's right. So Pinedale breaks the huddle, comes up to the line of scrimmage at the 18-yard line. They've got receivers all over the place, twins on both sides, one man in the backfield. And there's the big rush. Gray is hit as he throws. It's an incomplete pass. That's the end of the first period. 34 Lander and 0 for Pinedale. So there we have it, all Lander in the first half, and now we'll have a controlled scrimmage for the second half when play resumes. We're going to have a 10-minute halftime. And Travis, your initial thoughts here on the first half?
Well, Lander's doing an absolutely fantastic job on the defensive side of the ball. Definitely for Lander's offensive side of things, Pasquinelli is absolutely just getting fed whatever he wants. He's able to run and slice up the Pinedale defense. And for Pinedale, one of the things that they really need to worry about is just getting offensive something going. They had a really good some really good plays in the first period or first quarter, and they just came back because of penalties. And that's been the same thing for Lander. So I feel like at halftime, penalties will be announced, and let's get better on our blocking on the up front so we can get our running backs and our quarterbacks more time to work.
And we'll be back with a look at our unofficial halftime stats right after we take this timeout.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
Wind River Family and Community Healthcare has clinics located in Arapahoe, Ethity, and Riverton. We provide family medical services along with dental, optometry, behavioral health, physical and occupational therapy, and more. Our in-house lab and pharmacy at all locations make for a one-stop primary healthcare center for your healthcare needs. Wind River Family and Community Healthcare is striving for a stronger, healthier community because Wind River cares. More information can be found at windrivercares.com.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Heading south, down the road in a gold Cadillac, coupe to fill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Hi, this is Terry Banker. I'm minister at New Hope Christian Church in Lander, Wyoming. We want to support the kids of this area academically, athletically, and spiritually. Our address is 630 Mount Hope Drive. Come to Sunday school at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:45.
Okay, back again at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium here in Lander, and we are at halftime, and the Tigers have a 34-0 lead on our WyoToday.com scoreboard, and we'll have the halftime roundup with Travis Gupton coming up here in just a moment or two. Travis ran downstairs to get some water to wet his whistle, and we can't blame him for that. And Travis coming right back up now. And, it's such a beautiful afternoon. We have a little bit of an overcast thing going on here, so it's made the temperature nice and steady. It's at 84 degrees in Lander right now, Travis. Nice little wind, and I think our ads ran out on us.
Oh, the ads ran out on us. Okay, so that tells you how long this has been going on.
Yeah.
Lander's looked really good so far, so let me catch my breath. I'm out of shape.
Yeah.
Can't do this as much as I used to.
Yeah.
But let's go with some unofficial stats. Does that sound good?
Sounds good to me.
All right, so unofficially, we'll start with Pinedale. Ethan Jensen has 10 runs for a total of 15 yards. Luke Gray, the quarterback, unofficially 5 carries for a negative 18 yards. Larson has 1 carry for 3 yards. Luke Gray passing is 6 passes. Only 2 of them have been complete, 4 and 7 yarders. Receiving, Bodie Jensen caught the 7-yard pass, and Colby Bailey had 4. And then for Lander, Pasquinelli, like I said, absolutely doing a fantastic job today. He's got 10 carries for 118 yards. Hunter Velarde, 2 carries for 15 yards. Gabe Harris, 6 carries for 56. And Brennan Stauffenberg has 1 touchdown pass. And then he threw an interception in the first half, and he has got unofficially 65 yards passing. And then, let's see, Evan Stevenson caught a 14-yarder. Gabe Harris, 25 for the touchdown. And let's see, we had a fumble recovery by Harris for a touchdown, and that was for 12 yards. So unofficially, that's what we got going on. Landers looked absolutely fantastic in this first half, borrowing some of the penalties. They're doing an excellent job.
Yeah, they certainly are. And, of course, as you mentioned earlier, if you want to have a penalty, you want to have it in a 0-week game in something during a scrimmage. So you learn from those mistakes, and then that's something you want to eliminate in next week's game when the Tigers travel to Green River. So the second half here, we're about 2.5 minutes away. We're going to have a 12-minute running clock. It will stop on change of possession after the kickoff and return. The ball put in possession at the opponent's 40-yard line. So they're getting a little extra of yardage here. The offense remains in possession until scoring, punting, or attempting a field goal. The opponent takes over change of possession at the 40-yard line. So that's the rules that we're going to have here in the third quarter, a running clock. And looking at the scoring summary, the Tigers got on the board first in the first period. Excuse me, at 10:05 to go. 24-yard pass from Stauffenberg to Harris. Matisse Weaver with the PAT, and it was a 7-0 Tigers. Second score came just under a minute later, 9:03 to go in the first period. A 23-yard fumble return by Harris. Weaver with the PAT, 14-0. And then with 5:19 to go in the period, it was a rush by Harris of 5 yards, and the PAT by Weaver, 21-0 Tigers. And the last score of the first period came with 1:38 to go, a 9-yard run by Velarde, Hunter Velarde. And the PAT was good by Weaver, 28-0. Then the final Lander score came with 5:24 to go in the second period on a 12-yard scamper by Harris. The PAT by Weaver, he missed it. It was wide to the right as the snap of the ball was not handled correctly, and that's where we are at halftime. Lander 34 and Pinedale 0.
Yeah, and Lander, like I said, offensively doing pretty much whatever they want. Pasquinelli is able to run pretty much wherever he wants on this field. Brennan Stauffenberg, in the first half, he looked a little uncomfortable in his first drive when he was in the shotgun. And it's a different snap and a different mechanic if you're in shotgun. So let's see if Coach John Scott and the coaching staff for Lander addresses maybe doing some more under center plays. But if it's a scrimmage, I can see them doing more shotgun plays just to get him more comfortable.
And Coach Scott was down talking with the officials and the Pinedale and one of the Pinedale coaches there, and they've all returned now. And we'll see what is as Coach Scott was up in the press box for the first half, and now he's back down on the sideline for this controlled third period of play. And Lander, of course, doing very well in the game, as Travis has just indicated to you. Jack Pasquinelli having a tremendous game today, and Gabe Harris, boy, how about his game that he's been having today?
Yeah, he's had 4 touchdowns in this game, and he's hit for the cycle. He's on every part of the field. He's had a touchdown, which is really rare.
Yeah, it really is, and of course that's why we're doing it today. Now the first half, Pinedale kicked off to Lander, so Lander will kick off to Pinedale. Oh, here comes the coach back up to the crow's nest. So he's going to keep calling the plays from up here, I guess.
Yeah, he's getting his steps in.
Yeah, he is. He's getting a lot of steps in. And the Tigers are now huddling, and they are around their coaches, John Rounds, who's the defensive coordinator, Curtis Moffett, the special teams coordinator, Mike Reagan, the C-team head coach, and Seth Conine, the offensive defensive line. And the new coach this year on the Tiger team, Brady Fullerton, quarterback and defensive back coach, and of course he was a star at Riverton High School not that long ago, and he's coaching here at the Tigers now. So Pinedale gets the ball first to start the second half of play, and there's a handoff, goes to Jensen right away. He powers his way up for about 4 yards, right up the middle of the field before he's finally brought down, and coming in making the stop for the Tigers is Caden Rowan. Rodents have a good defensive game.
That is correct, yeah. Another one of those players that played baseball in the summer, and he is a he's a big boy. He is a really nice kid, and he is a really fast kid, so very good pickup for this Lander squad.
Okay, it's second down, and 6 yards to go now for Pinedale. And the quarterback is Ethan Jensen. No, it's not Ethan Jensen. It's Luke Gray. Luke Gray is still the quarterback, and there's a fumble on the play. Goes all the way in the backfield. It's covered at the 30-yard line. And, boy, busting right in there for the Tigers. Let's see, was that 31 again?
It looks like it, yeah.
I think it was 31 again. That was Caden Rowan. We just talked about him, and he makes a great play. Of course, the play was set up by a really bad snap by Pinedale. So the loss on Pinedale goes all the way from the 43-yard line down to the 32-yard line. So 11-yard loss on that play. And that'll be credited against the quarterback. Third down, 16 yards to go. Clock moving, 10.5 minutes to go, third period. Luke Gray talking it over. Twin receivers on each side. One man in the backfield. Fumbled again. Picked up by Gray. There's a pass over on the near side that's caught. It'll be a gain of a couple of yards only. And grabbing that pass.
That's Holden Saxton.
Holden Saxton. Yeah, is that his first reception?
That is his first reception of the game,
yeah. His first reception, and it goes to, where are they going to mark the ball at? The 34-yard line, so that's only a 2-yard gain. But it was a nice pass. Good defensive rush made the quarterback Gray hurry that pass. Now it's fourth down, and they're going to punt it away.
Caden Rowan, we've talked about defensively. One thing I know about this young man from my time at Summer is the ball is going to get kicked all the way down inside the 10-yard line where it'll be picked up and held onto by Lander. He is a big-time DJ.
Yeah.
This kid has got a taste in music all his own, and I love it.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that was Edwin Vega who made that kick on the play for Pinedale. Lander gets it now at the 40, I think. Isn't that what they're doing?
That is what it looks like.
Well, that's what the rules say they're supposed to be doing, to take it at the 40-yard line, but they're trying to decide where to mark it, and I guess...
well, we're going the opposite direction of the 40.
We're going at the 35.
Okay.
So that's...
No, the ball's at the 40.
Is it the 40?
No, it's at the 35.
Yeah, it's at the 35.
All right.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
And...
See, there's the big 3 there.
Yeah.
Okay, Tigers have it. Stauffenberg back at quarterback.
Ooh.
High snap. He pulls it in. Long pass downfield is just out of the reach of even Stevenson.
Yeah, Evan Stevenson with a nice sprint on the ball, just could not catch up to it. Evan Stevenson, again, one of those Lander Lobos. He is a really good runner, and he ran a really nice out route, just could not haul it in. A little bit too high and a little bit too long of a pass by Stauffenberg.
I think the wind got that one too.
Yeah.
Because it came with good speed to the sideline, and that's the side the wind is blowing. So it's second down, 10 yards to go. Football smack dab in the middle. Clock running at 9.5 minutes to go here. Now in the shotgun is Stauffenberg. Oh, they take off early. I thought we might have a penalty there, and there's an incomplete pass to Pasquinelli, and we do have a flag.
That's a late flag. I don't know if they're going to get it on the...
Yeah,
I don't know what that's going to be on. It didn't look like in the spot of where an offsides or a false start would have been.
Yeah, one of the Lander players took off early, though. That was pretty obvious to see. And let's see what they're going to do. The clock is continuing to run because it's a running clock, and now the officials are going to let more time go off the clock because they're having a discussion.
They're going to call it an illegal man downfield.
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense. Okay.
So another penalty against the Tigers. Penalties are mounting up here, Travis.
Yeah, and I mean, again, if you're Coach John Scott, you want to get this part of the game out of the way now and get them into practice and be like, okay, guys, you did a lot of things good, but the penalties killed us.
Right. So it's a 5-yard march off, 3rd and 15 now for Lander. 9 minutes to go here in the third period of play. And Stauffenberg is back at quarterback again. Moffitt had it for 2 series at the end of the first half. 1 man in the slot, 2 men, twins off to the left side. There's a long pass downfield, incomplete, almost intercepted. Intended receiver that time was Stevenson.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Evan Stevenson. He saw that ball was underthrown, and he made sure that if he wasn't going to get it, no one was going to get it.
And that was Colby Bailey on defense for the Pinedale Wranglers. Knocked it away. And so it is 3rd down now. Well, they're not following the script that they had written. The clock, now there it goes. Okay, the clock was supposed to stay running, and they've started it again. This is a controlled scrimmage, by the way. Each team is getting pretty much an equal chance. And Lander's defense has been a little bit stickier. Back to pass again. Stauffenberg takes off running. He's at the 35. He's at the 40. He's at the 45-yard. Oh, he stepped out of bounds at the 42, just short of the first down. It'll be 4th down for the Tigers and a couple of yards to go. Well, that time Stauffenberg wanted to pass, and he didn't have anyone open downfield, and a hole opened up, and he just took off, Travis.
Yeah, and I don't know if you're Coach John Scott, if you're holding your breath and praying he gets out of bounds, or if that's what he's supposed to do or what. But I know for me, when I was playing football, one of the things that I was always told is if you don't have anything to go to, throw it out of bounds. Don't risk it.
Okay, here comes Matisse Weaver in to punt for the Tigers. He's going to be back about the 30-yard line. Clock moving at 8:13 to go. And we have McMillan is deep back for Pinedale again. And he's got another player back there. It looks like 56. We'll have to see if we can figure out who that is. We mentioned the rosters just came in late last night, and they were not in numerical order. That is the Bodie Jensen. Flag on the play. There's a high kick by Weaver, and it takes a bounce at the 20-yard line and rolls all the way down, out of bounds at the 11. But we do have a flag. We do have a flag on the play.
So,
the wind's picked up a lot.
Yeah, it has. If you can't hear it, yeah. And that it's blowing straight towards us, coming right in towards us, and they're going to call false start
on Lander. So kick it again, maybe.
Well, you still take it at the 40 no matter what, right?
Well, it was a penalty, so I think they're going to, I don't know what they're going to do. Let's wait till the officials make a decision. They're huddling there.
The official has the ball.
And he's saying it's going to be to Pinedale. And they're going to give it to him at the 40. Officials don't know what's going on.
Yeah, the official right in front of us just shrugged his shoulders like,
I don't know.
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, it's at the 40-yard line.
There we go.
All right, that's where Pinedale's going to take it over now. 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. 7:40 to go here, third period of play. This game started at 4 o'clock. It's gone pretty rapidly.
Yep.
So far. Fortunately, no precipitation from those clouds, but it is cooling the temperature down just a bit. Okay, here's the handoff, and it goes to Jensen. Jensen goes nowhere, hits the line of scrimmage and is pushed back.
Yeah, Jensen probably got 1 out of that, if anything.
Yeah, they're going to mark him for a loss of a 1. Boy, great defensive pursuit by the Tigers. Coming in there as Ziam Cabrales was one of the tacklers. Came in. Of course, his brother Ernesto was an All-Stater last year.
Yeah, and
I
did not get to see him. Obviously, my first year here with the Tigers and with you. And first off, let me just say, since I have a second, it's been an absolute pleasure calling my first game with you, Mr. Ernie. And thank you all for allowing me to come in and call this game. But, that was a big loss, Coach John Scott told us when we were talking to him before this game.
Yep, here's the snap, the handoff, the pitch goes to Jensen. Jensen back to the original line of scrimmage and run out of bounds at the 41-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain for Jensen. And they're going to mark him out at the 41. So that goes just for 3 yards. And it'll be 3rd down now and 9 to go.
Jensen has 14 carries in this game so far for 10 yards.
Well, you know, the pleasure was all mine joining as your broadcast partner during the Lander Lobos state tournament. That was an exciting couple of games that we had to do.
Oh, yeah, it was a lot of fun, and look forward to some more fun games this season.
Okay, here's the snap going back to pass and moving to his right. There's a pass downfield. It's in the ground, incomplete.
You got to be careful there. If you're Brennan Stauffenberg, he dove in on that player. If that would have connected, that could have been called a late hit.
Yeah,
to a defenseless player.
Luke Gray that time rushed the pass, and the clock has stopped again.
Change of possession?
Nope, it's 4th down.
That's 4th down.
Well, I guess they didn't read the notes that we were given.
I'll tell you what.
Now it goes. There it goes again.
By the time we get to Green River, I'll actually know what's going on during this game.
Okay, here's the punt, almost blocked high, end over ender, bounces out of bounds at about the 30-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, the wind got that one.
Yes.
The wind, you could see it go straight and then turn.
Well, I don't know if you heard anything of that punt, but just as the punt was being swept out of bounds, that's when the noise on the microphone here was a lot louder.
Yeah, it's
well, that's, you know,
it's windy.
When you do games outside in the bleachers, you know, that happens when the wind blows. If you're inside the media center there, it doesn't impact you quite as much. Okay, Lander will have it now 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line after that punt.
There's a late player for Pinedale coming on the field. He's going to have to get set pretty quick.
Stauffenberg in the gun, looks to pass, intended downfield for Matisse Weaver, and that went right through his hands.
So the shotgun is still giving Stauffenberg all kinds of fits. He's hit one pass for a touchdown for 25 yards. All the short stuff, it has not been there.
Yeah, right. And that pass was there, but it was, it looked like a Josh Allen pass. That thing came out of there like a rifle bullet, and Weaver wasn't able to hold on to it. So now, back again, 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Weaver again is in the gun. There's the snap. He looks to his left, throws to his right. Now he starts to run with the ball. Got a little bit of daylight, picks up a couple of yards on the left-hand side, run out of bounds at the 43-yard line. So that's a gain of 3 yards on the play for Stauffenberg, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 7 yards to go. Boy, that wind is really strong today.
Yeah, it is.
It's a wobble in the goalpost back and forth. Okay, Tigers have it, 3rd down, 8 yards to go. Ball is at their own 43-yard line. I'm going to set that headset down so it doesn't catch all the wind. Okay, Stauffenberg in the gun. 2 men in the backfield, offset eye. There's the snap, rolls to his right side, looking downfield, throws, caught downfield at the 40-yard line, at the 30-yard line, down to the 28-yard line goes Gabe Harris. Nice reception by Harris and a nice run after the first contact. We're down to 4.5 minutes to go, and Harris gets it all the way inside the Pinedale territory, and they're going to set it up right at the 30-yard line. So that was a 33-yard pass play. 33 yards on the play from Stauffenberg to Harris. Hash mark near side to get that 33-yard pass play, Stauffenberg to Harris. In the gun, Brennan, high snap, but he gets it. Runs to his right, now rolls out to the left, throws, and it's caught downfield inside the 15-yard line. Nice pass play. And down there, is that Gabe Harris again? Yes, it is. Gabe Harris with another great reception for the Tigers. It goes down to the 12-yard line. So that's an 18-yard gain and another first down for the Lander Tigers. 3:20 to go here in the 3rd period of play. Lander leading 34-0 on our WildToday.com scoreboard.
There's a conversation going on the far sideline. I don't see, it's 2 officials and somebody. I think it's one of the Pinedale coaches. I don't know what the conversation's about, and I'm sorry that you did not get to see that last pass play. I was still doing technical difficulty stuff.
That's right. So here we go. From technical difficulties in Powell to forgetting we have a camera here going on.
Yeah, I'm having all kinds of a day.
Here's Stauffenberg. Fires it downfield, incomplete, intended for Harris. He had it in his hands and dropped it at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like he had turned his head before he had seen that ball in, and that's one of the things that coaches cannot stand seeing. It's always a rule to see the ball in and then make sure you turn and get the ball upfield.
So it is 2nd down and 10 now. Stauffenberg is on his knees in the huddle.
Well, he's been running his life out for the last 3 or 4 plays.
Little winded there.
Yeah.
2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. 3rd period. Lander knocking on the door down at the 11-yard line. Stauffenberg to pass again. He's rushed. Gets away from another down to the 6-yard line. Halfway to the goal line. And the clock is stopped. It'll be 3rd down, I believe, at the 6-yard line. So that was a 6-yard run by Stauffenberg. Goes down to the 6. Down on the... Well, he's getting a little bit of a blowout there, Travis.
Yeah, he's got to be tired.
Okay, back to the huddle comes Stauffenberg. Ball at the 6-yard line. 3rd down and goal. Or 3rd down and 4.
Because there's a difference between doing practice and being in a game environment. So,
yeah, exactly.
Conditioning is one of those things that we're going to have to see how they play in the 4th quarter.
Here's the pitch. It goes to Velarde. Touchdown, Tigers. No, that's Harris.
Yeah, Harris with his 5th touchdown of the game.
And that is another touchdown for the Tigers. And it comes with 1:20 to go here. Let me get the score sheet out.
So what are we going to name that officially yard-wise, partner?
That's going to be a 6-yard touchdown pass.
All right.
And what did I do with my score sheet? Oh, there it is right there. I've lost it. Okay, here comes Matisse Weaver for the PAT. The kick is up. It's long enough. It's high enough. And it is good. And the score goes the Tigers 41 and Pinedale nothing. And we'll be right back.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help in Lander and Riverton.
Back again at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium here at Lander. Minute 20 to go in the third period. Lander's just scored, so Pinedale gets the ball 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. And the Wranglers come out. Gray, the quarterback, takes a 3-step drop, unleashes one way downfield, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by the Tigers. It's Brody Moffitt with the interception down at the 30-yard line, and he returns it all the way to the 46-yard line. So that's another turnover by Pinedale. Brody Moffitt, boy, that ball was held up a bit, I think, and allowed Moffitt, who is much taller than the Pinedale receiver, to get a hold of it.
And that was really good by Moffitt. He had to one-hand that, tip it to himself, and then grab a hold of it. That's incredible hand-eye coordination if you are Brody Moffitt.
46-yard line inside Lander territory now is where the Tigers take over. 1st down and 10 yards to go, and that was kind of a circus catch. He did knock it up in the air by one hand and then use the other one to bring it down. Great defensive move by Moffitt, who had 2 turns as quarterback in the first half.
Yeah, and obviously Coach John Scott wants to get everybody he can involved. Don't really know who's going to be in the C-team game, but good to see Brody Moffitt get a couple of reps.
Hash mark, far side. Twin receivers on each side. Stauffenberg in the gun, takes a 2-step drop. Oh, he's hit, but he gets away from one, but he doesn't get away from another, and he's sacked down by a 4-yard loss. And let's see if I can get the number of the kid who just got him there. It was number 50, I believe. These are practice uniforms, so we don't have the regular uniforms for Pinedale or a regular roster, as we've been saying. I apologize for that. I believe that was number 50 that made that catch. So if you're listening back home, oh, there goes one of my sheets. Oh, and away it goes. Yeah.
I could not get a hold of that. I am so far not like that anymore.
Yeah, okay, we have a fan. Thank you very much.
We got an MVP of the game right here to our right.
Yeah, and that was one of the rosters. There's the pass downfield. It is caught, and it is going to go downfield to Matisse Weaver, and he's going to pick up about 10 yards on the play down inside the 50-yard line, and that's the end of the third period of play. Well, that was a lucky catch. Thank you to our fan back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
That was a nice one-handed catch over there to our right, for sure.
Yeah. And so Lander, the ball now goes to the 48 of Pinedale, and that is a 3rd down. That was Actually, with all that running around, it was a 2-yard gain.
And believe it or not, that is Matisse Weaver's first reception of the day.
Yeah, first reception of the season. So 3rd down, 12 minutes to go, and we've got a new format for the 4th quarter. It'll be a running clock. Ball will be put in play at the opponent's 20, and then they can try some field goals. Okay, Matisse Weaver back in the shotgun. One man in the backfield, now man in motion, and the handoff goes right to him, and that's Harris. Harris gets a little bit of a gain. He breaks away from one, but can't get away from another, knocked out of bounds, and it's going to all go out at the 29-yard line. So that is a 21-yard or a 19-yard gain for the first down for the Tigers. And in this 4th quarter, punting will be a normal part of the game, and returns will be blown dead after the ball is fielded, and field goal attempts will be part of the scrimmage. So, and we have a penalty. I didn't see the laundry on the field, but there it is, the 45. And here's another flag against the Tigers.
Yeah, and again, penalties. A great run by Gabe Harris gets negated by a penalty, and where they're spotting it, looks like it could be a holding call.
Yeah, it's back at the Lander 45-yard line. So the penalty happened right about the 40-45-yard line in Pinedale territory, and they marked 10 yards off. So 3rd down, 11 yards to go. 11:30 to go in the game. Lander in control, 41-zip. Weaver in the gun, back to pass again. Steps forward, throws it down to Harris. He's going to win the race to the touchdown. Harris to the end zone. Takes it to the house. And the Tigers now up 47-0. And that goes in as a 55-yard pass play.
Absolutely phenomenal throw by Stauffenberg. An even better catch by Harris. And absolutely phenomenal touchdown for the Tigers, and they are rolling here in this 4th quarter.
Well, you know, the Tigers needed to reassert some of their momentum, you know, from last year. They're going to go for 2.
Looks like
no, they're going to kick. Yeah, Matisse Weaver is out there. Stauffenberg is holding. 10:50 to go in the game. The snap, the kick, it's up. It is good. So the score now goes 48-0, and Lander leading Pinedale. And we'll be back right after this.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Okay.
All right, so welcome back, everyone. Travis Gupton, Ernie over with you. I was mentioning this to Ernie. Right down in front of us, Ernie, to our right, is some of the Lander Lobos from the state championship team. I see Mr. Higgy, and if anybody's a Lander Lobos fan, you know exactly who I'm talking about. He's down there. I see a couple more players down there. Their backs are to me, but definitely coming out and supporting their Lander Lobos family.
Okay, Pinedale has the ball now, 1st and 10 at the Lander 20, as per the rules of this controlled scrimmage. Pinedale has it now, and the quarterback, Gray, takes the snap. Here's the pitch, goes on the right side, and it doesn't go anywhere. Boy, that was a great defensive move by the Tigers, and guess who that was? That was Hunter Velarde.
Yeah, Hunter Velarde
on the tackle.
With a really nice read on the runner, not fooled by the pitch, not fooled by anything whatsoever, stayed in his lane, nice tackle.
2-yard loss on the play. Yeah, he did read that right away and came in from that linebacking position and just got the tackle. So now 9:53 to go in the game.
Coach John Scott is down on the field now. He not got a headset on, which is terrible for somebody.
Matter of fact, they've taken all the headsets away from the Lander coaches. So They're going to call this one from the sidelines as they see him here. So here's Gray. Handoff in the middle. Oh, smacked right away. I'm surprised that, who is that?
That's number 50, whoever that, I don't have a roster.
27 on the tackle. That's Harris.
Oh, yeah, that's Harris.
That Harris?
That was Harris, yeah.
Gabe Harris was there. He almost got the handoff. He shot the gap so fast over left to guard that he almost got the handoff, and it's a loss of another 3 yards back to the 25-yard line. So 2 consecutive plays, 2 consecutive losses, and we're down to 9 minutes to go. Lander leading 48-0 over the Pinedale Wranglers in this scrimmage game.
It looks like right now Riverton and Powell are about ready to kick off. And next week we're in Green River.
That's right. We have an evening game in Green River. Oh, there's another bad snap. Gray gets away from it. He's caught from behind and pulled out for another loss of a couple of yards. And coming in and doing that lot. Well, guess who it was again? Yeah, Mr. Harris.
And Gabe Harris, if you're watching the stream, you saw it. But if you're listening on the radio side, one of the things that you learn as a defensive player is you're wanting to tackle fundamentally, but also try to strip that ball away. You can see his hand come through and go after the ball. Nicely done by Gabe Harris.
2-yard loss on the play. It's 4th down for Pinedale. 8:13 to go. They started at the Lander 20, and they're now back to the Lander 27-yard line.
Yeah, they're going the wrong
direction.
direction.
The wrong way. Good effort, though, by Pinedale. Lander's defense has just been a little bit too much for them today. And, of course, they've had a lot of problems between the center and the quarterback. About half of those losses were due to a bad snap or the ball getting loose. And there's another one, very, very low. Gray fires it to nobody. Well, I tell you what, outside and looking for that ball was 63, Kobe Bailey, but he was 10 yards behind the play. I think he was supposed to zig, and he zagged.
Yeah, and I think really the Lander defense is getting in the head of Luke Gray now. The speed of the game is getting too fast for him. It really has been all game long. One of the things that I feel like the coach is going to talk to him about is let the game come to you. Don't let anything rush you. You do what you do.
Okay. A young man down there with a message on his back. Pain is weakness leaving the body. I don't know. Do you believe that?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's the turnover on downs. So Lander now gets it at the Pinedale 20, and they get their shot to try to score again. Clock moving at 6:40 to go.
Stauffenberg and Coach John Scott, he's getting the plays right from Coach John Scott on the sideline.
Back into the huddle now, delivers the play. Stauffenberg looks a little more like he's got his wind back now. He really hustled to get back in that huddle.
Yeah.
Okay, in the shotgun.
I'm confused. They got the board saying 4th and 17, but it's first down.
Yeah, here's the handoff, and it goes to Hunter Velarde. Hunter Velarde goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. No, that was Pasquale. I'm sorry. That was number 5, Jack Pasquale, but I don't think it is, though. Was that Pasquale?
I thought it was 27.
No, it was 5 who got the pitch, but that doesn't look like Pasquale to me. Anyway, it's a touchdown.
Yeah, it's a touchdown for the Tigers. That's the important part.
Yeah, so Lander scores in the 4th quarter.
We're going to give it to number 5.
Yeah, we'll get it to number 5. 5:50 to go in the game, and that was a 27-yard run. Number 5, and so Lander is going to give the ball back to Pinedale now.
So we take the nice trip back
to the 25.
It is now 54-0 in favor of the Tigers, and you know the Tigers have to be feeling good about this game, but there's still stuff that needs to be learned before Green River.
Oh, here's a field goal attempt. Oh, this is from the 35-yard field goal attempt by Matisse Weaver.
Man, Matisse is going to kick it, and
long, and it is good. No good.
Wow.
Good. I thought that went through.
I did too.
It didn't. Well, that was part of the wind catching that.
Yeah,
was that wide left?
It had to have been wide left. He had the leg.
Yeah.
But it was just wide. Matisse Weaver, that's only his second field goal missed today.
Yeah, well, actually.
Is it third?
No, that was his first, because the other was an extra point that was missed.
Right.
Yeah. Field goals.
There is a difference.
35 yards out. And, of course, that was against that crosswind, which must have pushed it away. Okay, Pinedale now will have the ball at the Lander 20 in this controlled scrimmage and see what they can do. And they move the ball back, Travis, so he could try that field goal. That's part of the scrimmage that we're going to have
rules.
Field goal attempts built into this. So there's the snap, back, pass on the near side, dropped. Well, Jensen had that one, but it was almost a lateral. It was too high, and he dropped it, so it's an incomplete pass. And Pinedale has 2nd and 10 from the 20.
That is Luke Gray's third incompletion in a row, fourth pass that for no yards. His first pass of those 4 was an interception.
That's right. Back up to the line of scrimmage, we have wide receivers on each side. 2 men in the backfield, 1 man in the slot, the tight end. Back to pass again. Gray looks to his left. Now he's going to take off running. Now he throws it, and it's almost caught and dropped. He led that pass play, and that was Kobe Bailey, who just wasn't there fast enough. The ball was too far in front of him to get him. He had to turn around and look at it, and he was in front of him.
Yeah, Kobe Bailey was frustrated with himself. He thought he had one to catch there, and honestly, if he would have gotten both hands on it, he could have railed that in. It was right there.
Yeah, so it's an incomplete pass, and it goes 3rd and 10 from the 20-yard line. 4 minutes to go now in the game. Just 4 minutes left. Lander 54, Pinedale 0. And here comes some late arriving fans. Ball is intercepted by Moffitt. Moffitt at the goal line returns it back to the 9-yard line. Nice play by Moffitt. I don't know who that was intended to, but Moffitt was the only guy in the area and caught the ball. Another turnover by Pinedale, so Lander has another shot at it from the 20.
It was intended for Moffitt is who it was intended for.
Well, yeah, because he caught it. Yeah, he caught it, yeah.
There was no one even close to where Luke Gray was throwing that ball except for Moffitt.
Well, you know, Pinedale's colors, primary color is green, and so is Lander, and Lander had big green numbers on the uniforms, so I don't know, maybe that was a mistaken color.
Yeah,
who knows, because there was no one there for Pinedale.
And that, unfortunately, and I'm mad at myself for this one, it was right out of our camera range, that interception.
Yeah.
So I widened the camera out. It's preseason for all of us.
That's right.
Including yours truly. And but we're having a lot of fun. 54-0. Lander's looking pretty good so far.
Okay, under center now is Moffitt. Moffitt comes in as quarterback again, Brody Moffitt. And calling the plays under center. There's the snap. Second man through, and is going to get a few yards on the play. Going to go down to about the 17, 18-yard line.
That's number 34.
Yeah, well, that's the first time we've seen Braden Baker with the football. So Baker carries, they're going to give him 4 yards on the play to the 24.
Braden Baker is another young man who played baseball over the summer. Played, I believe, for the Raiders, I believe.
Yeah. 3 minutes left in this scrimmage. It's been all Lander so far. Lander's now got the ball down at the 16-yard line of Pinedale. Moffitt, there's the handoff again, goes to Baker. Braden Baker, he goes ahead for a yard or 2. They're going to give him 2 yards. They're going to give him all the way down to the 13-yard line. So that's going to be, no, that's not, is that right? Yeah, that's 13. Okay. So that was actually the 17-yard line they went down to. Gain of 4 for Baker on his second consecutive carry. 3rd down, 3 to go. They're at the 17-yard line. 2 minutes to go in the scrimmage. Handoff goes straight up the middle to Caden Rowan. Rowan gets smothered by that front of the line, and it's a gain to the 10-yard line. So a gain of 3 on the play by Bowen. Minute 48 to go. It'll be 4th down. Tigers need 1 3/4 inches for a first down.
Yeah, and I feel like you're kind of wanting to just get that first down and not look for touchdown with 1:30 left. I could be wrong, but I think if you're Coach John Scott, you're wanting to see a 2-minute offense.
Yeah. Moffitt calling signals. Now he gets Baker back in position where he wants him. There's the snap. Handoff goes straight up the middle. First down for the Tigers, and it goes to Caden Rowan. First down, and Rowan goes down to the 9-yard line, a gain of 1 yard on the play. We're down to 60 seconds to go in the contest. It's been all Lander, and we have a player down. We have a Lander player down, and that is the Tigers' Caden Rowan, who just carried that ball, and he was slow getting up. Now he's up. He's jogging off the field. I think he might have had a little stinger there on his knee.
Yeah, Caden Rowan is a tough young man. He was not going to get helped off that field. He was getting off under his own power.
And he did. Okay, 53 seconds to go. Clock stopped with the injury. Brody Moffitt, the quarterback for the Tigers.
Do you kneel it here?
Bodie Moffitt, not Brody.
Do you kneel it here?
We'll find out.
It doesn't look like they're gonna.
Single receivers on each side, 2 men in the backfield. Kind of an offset eye. 1 man in the slot. There's the handoff, goes straight up the middle to the goal line, and not quite there at the 2-yard line. Hunter Velarde with the carry.
Velarde has...
That could have been the last play of the game.
I believe it could be. That's Velarde's 3rd carry.
8 yards on the carry.
And he is at 23 yards unofficially.
And the clock's going to run out before we get the next play. 3 seconds, 2, 1. There's the end of the game. And Lander 54 and Pinedale 0. It's been a scrimmage and a pretty successful one for the Tigers. And we'll be back with Travis's statistics and analysis right after we listen to this.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Ernie Over and Travis Gupton back at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium in Lander. A really nice turnout for the Lander home crowd today. And we've got another game coming up right after this. That was the varsity scrimmage, and now we're going to have, Travis, the C-team scrimmage, which gives the non-varsity players a chance for them to get out and have game experience just like the varsity did. And, of course, that's what these scrimmages are for. And Travis is busy getting the stats ready to go, and we'll go to him here in just a moment. We'll have a rather quick post-game show and then move on. Temperature, Lander right now, well, just as I said that, the cell phone went to a different spot. It's 79 degrees in Lander.
Yeah, it feels
beautiful
good here.
afternoon.
It feels great, yeah. So, ready for those stats whenever you are, partner.
Hey, Travis, it's all yours.
All right, so unofficially, and when I say unofficially, I mean very unofficially, Lander...
well, I have to congratulate you for the folks back home. This is his first time doing stats.
Yeah, I am learning on the fly, and I mean quickly learning on the fly. Jack Pasquinelli had an absolute fantastic game. He had 11 carries for 145 yards. you got to feel really proud of that young man if you're Coach John Scott. Hunter Velarde had 3 carries for a total of 23 yards. Then Gabe Harris, 9 carries for 55. We had Matisse Weaver. He had 1 carry that was only for 2 yards. Rowan, he had one carry for 4 yards. Stauffenberg carried the ball 4 times. He had 16 yards. And then Braden Baker had 2 carries for 8 yards total. Passing-wise, Stauffenberg, 14 passes for a total of 55 yards. And Matisse Weaver had 1 pass. Unofficially, it was 1 pass for 11 yards. Evan Stevenson with one catch, 14 yards. Gabe Harris had 3 catches for a total of 75 yards. And then he also had that fumble recovery for the touchdown. And so, partner, I'm going to let you go from there, my friend.
All right. Well, this is the Click It or Ticket postgame show brought to you by the Wyoming Department of Transportation. Remember to buckle up every ride, every time. Well, I tell you what, we've got a couple of honors to hand out, Travis. And I think our Papa Murphy's player of the game is going to go to Jack Pasquale.
Okay.
Pasquinelli.
Yeah, definitely.
Boy, he had just a tremendous game. And on the defensive side, do you have a candidate for your other player of the game?
So for the Gatorade player of the game, I think we have to give it to Gabe Harris. Absolutely fantastic on all ends of the field, defensively and offensively. 4 touchdowns in the game. He was a part of several sacks, and absolutely a fantastic job on his part. I'm going to give him the Gatorade player of the game.
Okay, so we have a double-double.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gabe Harris, player of the game both ways.
Yeah.
Offensive and defensive. You know, he had that big return for a touchdown, and it was pretty impressive. Okay, Harris times 2 for players of the game. Well, Travis, it's been my pleasure to join you, have you join the broadcast team here at WYO Today Media, and it's been a fun game to start off with, and you always like to start off with a game that does have meaning, even though it's a huge score. You know, you have to find out what your team has.
Yeah, and I feel like if you're Coach John Scott, one of the things you're going to mention is the penalties. There was a lot of penalties that negated really good runs by Pasquinelli and by Gabe Harris, as well as Hunter Velarde. So definitely one of the things you're going to talk to your team about probably on Monday is, hey, guys, we need to clean up those penalties.
Absolutely, and our C game is going on now. Pinedale making more yards on this carry than the entire varsity team had the whole game, I think, as the C teams are out there struggling with each other now as the clock is continuing to run. So our final score again, the Lander Valley Tigers 54, Pinedale 0. And we're going to be on the road next week. Is that a 7 p.m. game or 6 p.m.?
That is a 7 p.m. game.
7 p.m. game from Wolves Stadium down in Green River, Eric Pauly's old stomping grounds.
Yeah.
But Eric, I think, is going to be at the University of Wyoming game with Tulsa. And, boy, the C team for Pinedale, they're just about to score a touchdown here. So the C team having a much better go at it than the varsity team did.
Well, partner, one of the things we're going to definitely look at as we wrap things up here is what kind of adjustments are going to be made for the first game that really matters as it comes to week 1 against a Green River team that is pretty good statistically wise. I haven't seen them personally football, but it's going to be a fun game for sure under the lights.
Under the lights down in Green River next week on WYO Today YouTube and on KFCW 93.1. This is Ernie Over speaking on behalf of Travis Gupton and back at the studio, Rusty Harris, thank you very much for your board operation this afternoon.
Yeah, we got to give out a shout out to Katie as well.
Absolutely.
We can't call Rusty Rusty Wirtz anymore. We got to call her Rusty Harris.
That's right. And Katie was in her first day doing board op under Rusty's tutelage. So
yeah, they do a fantastic job. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be on air.
Thanks, Katie. Thanks, Rusty. And we'll see you all tomorrow night, or Saturday night, next Saturday on the radio.
Next Friday night.
Yeah. Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is Ernie Over on behalf of our broadcast team and Travis Gupton bidding you a pleasant good evening from Bill Bush Memorial Stadium in Lander. Right.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here given our wider range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.